Hey guys, so today you and I are going to talk about secrecy. So let's get into it. So the question in question was, Frederick, I was talking to a recruiter who wanted to offer me a job, and then I asked the recruiter to tell me what the job was about and what salary I could expect and who the company was, and they shut me down, or she didn't want to tell me. What's wrong? Or rather, what's wrong? Why is this? So this is a fair question. A lot of us developers aren't used to working with recruiters. I am very sorry to say that I have had to spend more time with recruiters than I would like. And the short answer here, this is just a guess on my part, is that she's protecting her investment. That's most likely what's going on. What I mean is that as a recruiter, depending on how you work, unless you have the privilege to be an in-house recruiter for a specific company, your revenue stream is actually tied into a recruitment per recruitment basis. You can think of it as very similar to being just a project, working on a project. So if you have a quota to meet for a specific company, it is in your interest to make sure that other recruiters don't actually sniff out that you're actually recruiting for this company. It's also important for you to, in some cases, maintain the secrecy of that client, because the client themselves may have set certain limitations on what you're allowed to say at what stage in the process, because they might not also want to let other people know that they're recruiting, because this information, who's hiring, who's not hiring, to some companies this is actually sensitive information because it does indicate something about how the company is doing. But it's more likely, I would say, that the recruiter is just trying to get you as far as possible in their process, because trust me when I say this, you are just a number for this person in general. Like they are much more concerned with maintaining their relationship and making sure that they still have that potential payday from that customer than they are about you and your convenience and being a decent human being to you. Because even if they lose you, they have, trust me, more than a few other people in the pipe where they are doing the same thing towards them, trying to get them to just apply, or trying to get them as far as possible in that process. And recruiters, this is like, you can think of them as going man in the middle, like a man in the middle attack, where they sit between you and whatever you want to do, and they try to make money from that interaction. That is that is the way that they actually make their money when they're working as freelancers or they're working for agencies and stuff of this nature. I have seen some of the most vicious things. I mean, at one point I was shocked at how this person behaved. This is like, honest to God, I just lost faith in that. I'm sorry, I'm kind of broad stroking some stuff here now, but this was just insane. We were recruiting, as an example now on this topic, we were recruiting pretty much new developers, and we had a already working relationship with one of these recruiters, and then we got an inbound lead on a new developer, and she had said that she was interested, and then we let slip that, oh yeah, we had this, or we didn't let slip, but the recruiter had gone and had a look at the people who had shown an interest on our recruitment website, who had actually said that, like, who had shown an interest. And that motherfucker went directly to that candidate, the inbound lead, and then said to the inbound lead, or basically convinced the inbound lead that she would allow him to represent her in this negotiation, effectively stealing that inbound lead so that they could get paid by their own fucking employer. this is an example where this thing that your recruiter is probably afraid of happened, where there was a piece of information, the company and roughly what's being paid and so forth. Because the recruiter, you see, the recruiter does actually get paid depending on their situation with the company. They might actually get paid based on how much salary that you gain, which means that if another recruiter figures out that, oh shit, this person, or if you let that slip, if you let that know that this company here is recruiting, then she's going to have other sharks and wolves trying to muscle in on her territory. So she needs to, this is the thing, she needs to tell you at some point who it is, but she's probably not going to tell you if she can avoid it until such a point where she feels that she's kind of secure in telling you about this. Some recruiters behave this way, some don't. But as in the story, as in my example here, this actually did happen. And honest to God, had that motherfucker been in the room when I heard about this, I would have punched that fucker immediately. That was the most immoral thing I have. I'm sorry, I would not bring violence upon anybody, I swear, but I was very, very upset with this. I definitely was. So what I want you to take away from this is that if you feel that your recruiters are like secretive about who's looking for, like who is offering the job or how much you're going to make and so forth, this is partly because they want to protect themselves or they want to protect their customer, until such a point that they feel that, oh, you are far enough into this pipeline so that they kind of, unless they need now to, they actually need to tell you the next thing in order for you to continue this recruitment process. But if they can, they want to avoid giving out this information because it's a fucking free-for-all when it comes to recruitment. They stab each other in the back, and in some cases they actually stab their own customers in the back to get that payday. It is a vicious, vicious business, and you should be on your guard when it comes to these people. Have a great day.